So I come across a little story on RT, speaking in regards of Jordan Peterson. Um, Jordan Peterson's a right winger. He's like Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro. They are right wing thinkers. I think Jordan Peterson's wrote a couple books. He's got a degree in psychiatry or something. The right wing thinkers. He made a statement about of why would everything be political. This is another one of those videos that I can see from a mile away. Of this is patriarchy talking, this is white privilege talking, and I wanted to read what other people thought for this video, but I just couldn't hold it. I done a video last week talking about Greg Gutfeld talking about the Derek Chauvin verdict and that Derek Chauvin should be convicted to be punished, but he felt like black people were in essence extorting the rest of the country. That if you don't convict this cop, we'll burn your shit. And people were offended. And I was like, why are you fucking offended? This is a white man telling you the way things are. I'm from that. I'm from people making politically incorrect jokes. I'm from that. That's nothing new to hear someone say something like that. He's telling you. He was telling you on that video I made. He's telling you that in essence, I can see Derek Chauvin made a mistake in a procedural manner, but whether he got convicted or not doesn't affect my life. I want to go get on the big boat and go to Cabo, and I want to go to the south of France. I want to go. You know what I mean? That's his world. His world is, well, maybe George Floyd deserved it. His world is enjoying privilege and riding upon the high place of the earth. And I didn't see it as offensive. I saw that as this is what we face, and this is what we have to deal with. It's like the NBA owner Sterling made that comment. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We I don't like this hysterics of us not digging into why people think the way they think. Why? Because these people run society. And they have a lot of power. And just taking something from them doesn't change the fact there's a million people who think the same way they do in other ways, who maybe aren't as loud and proud about these ideas. But as I said in the video, I can figure out Greg Gutfeld. I can sit here and watch him. If I had that, if I don't want to. If I had to, I could sit here and watch him 15 minutes because I know how he thinks. He has something for me. He has something for my class or people who think the way I do. Nothing for us. He never has. He never will. Why is everything political? Let's get into the topic of this video. If you're a privileged white person, I guess politics doesn't matter. Politics only matters as in, like being able to own guns and taxes, tax rates, and loopholes, and how to get away with shit. That's pretty much what privileged white folks or privileged people in general think about the system. They made a taxes, they might have some problems, but I go to jail, yeah, I'll bail out. I got the money. What's the big deal? If you're black or disimpoverished, yeah, underclass, whatever, everything is political. There's a lot of stuff in your house I can look at and tell you Supreme Court ruled upon. People may not care about that, but it's important to understand that. It wasn't too long ago we had leaded gasoline in this country. And now we know that has an effect on criminality, has an effect on aggression and things like that. I've talked about DDT, used as pesticide in the South. I've talked about asbestos. These are issues for working class people. Lead paint. These are issues for working class people. If you're a rich person, it doesn't matter to you. if you're poor or you're black, you must understand that corporations have always lied to us and always cheated us. That's what's always happened. And so you have to have a government, state, federal, whatever, that's going to oversight, that's going to enforce stuff, that's going to investigate stuff. Because if you don't, we're gonna go back to what we went through with the tobacco stuff. They were saying back in the 50s that kids could smoke tobacco. Yeah, I mean this stuff is not hard to find. So everything's political. If you're poor or you're black, everything's fucking political. I mean, down to climate change, down to uh, everything, because the government plays a bigger part in your life. Um, where you work, if you work at a warehouse, they have the MSDS papers. I don't know how it is up here, but I know where I come from. If there's chemicals in that factory, they have to have uh, warnings, explanations of what the chemicals are, in a place where everybody can see it. They have to explain it to you. Yeah, that's worker shit. Uh, your labor laws. This is government stuff. So yeah, a lot of shit is political. If working class, if you work for a living, this is just something else that I would expect a privileged white man to not understand, to totally not get. I mean, I said this earlier, these are people who really weren't even against slavery, who really didn't even want your black ass to be on the front of the bus. We've been dragging this segment of the population along with for the last couple hundred years. And it's just now with Trump, they're out. They're out and proud. They're out here. And they're like, what's the guy King, what's Congressman, what do you say? What's wrong with white supremacy? He said it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're loud and proud now. They just telling you to your face, nigga, you ain't shit. That's right. They just telling you to your face. But what it just gets me that people can be so tone deaf. I'm ended with this. There's a book written years ago, 60s. It's called Silent Spring. Lady's name escapes my memory, but she was talking about pesticides and how pesticides were killing the animals in the forest. And John Kennedy administration, they investigated, did a white paper, basically said, yeah, she was correct. If we don't have people who are willing to go out here and research endocrine disruptors and climate change and pollution, we're in trouble. And if we don't have government that's willing to go out here and investigate these claims, people will die. Period. It's you have to be a numbskull or completely ignorant of American history to not know this. They used to have cocaine in BC powder. You understand that? They used to, like this, there's a lot of shit that we did back in the day we don't do now because we know it's bad for people. How did these things come about? How did you get these vaccines? You get government contracts. That's political. Come on, man. It just, like I said, these are words of a privileged white man that's totally out of touch with reality. And he can be that way because of his privilege. And I get that. It bothers me that RT and other, news agencies would allow that to be broadcast. But hey, that's their business. It's just this is the class of, I call it know nothings. This dunderhead class that we have now that just, I think they get off on that. There's like a joy in that of you deserve to be mistreated. you deserve to have these things done to you. You deserve to be underfoot. Let me end on this before I forget. There was a cancer cluster in Claymore Gardens, which is a predominantly black area in Houston. This came out a number of years ago. I think it's like a railway or something that goes through there. Some kind of chemicals are being put out there, and they showed that those African Americans, that community was disproportionately affected by cancer diagnosis. That's fucking political. How the fuck do you think anything can be done about that without politics? This is what I'm talking about. You have to be fucking stupid to not understand that. How do you think we've dealt with corporations that pollute the waters and pollute the air? Injunctions. That's political. Ugh. How do you think we do this? How do you think we find corporations that knowingly pollute? This is. I mean, there have been books written about this stuff. This is once again, history. When you don't know history, when you don't know corporate power, when you don't understand the people that put themselves out there on the front lines for us, when you don't know who Ralph Nader is and his unsafe for any speed, that's the reason we have seatbelts. You don't know this shit. All you know about is misgendering people and stupid shit like that. When all you know about is stupid shit like that, you don't have any understanding about the people that paved the way for us in public health. You don't understand. It just angers me. It angers me, it grieves me because of the people that the whistleblowers and the folks that went out ahead to expose government, corporate wrongdoing and pollution and things of that nature. Thanks for listening.